So I'm heading now to Captain Bush Lane. It's also the place of near Custom House, near the Portuguese Embassy, house number 1, and also the warehouse of Lᴜڌᴇ W쏘ʟδs. So I'll tell you more about all of those things when I get there shortly. So that street's called Rue de Brust, and in the city in Brust in France, they've actually got a Rue de Siam as well. Of Ayutthaya, Bangkok became the capital, and it was during this time that this block of land here, which is the Portuguese Embassy, was gifted to the Portuguese, because there was a big Portuguese community in this area here, just south of the new capital, where the Grand Palace is. So this area here was this first area that was a block of land that was gifted to the Portuguese, so they could start their first the diplomatic mission. The embassy was built first, and then the residence was built after that. Now, I've just been reading how it's an award-winning building, and it's got some historical relevance and how amazing it is, but I can't get in there to see it, sadly. In 1786, as a gesture of thanks to the Portuguese for their help in the war against the Burmese, the king promised some land to the Portuguese. The first piece of land was donated, and that is where the Holy Rosary Church was built, and we've toured that earlier. And then the second, they promised another piece of land, and that wasn't realised until a couple of decades later. But that land is just here, and it's the site of the Portuguese Embassy. So the piece of land actually was the former residence of Emperor Gia Long, who was here, who was a Vietnamese leader who was in exile. And this choice piece of land on the Chao Phraya River consisted of 2 shipyards, and also the emperor's residence. Outside a fancy store at the moment. I think someone just told me to buzz off. So the embassy is located on Charon Grung Road, but this little section is known as Captain Bush Lane. I'm going to talk to you about Captain Bush in a moment. But the embassy behind me, the original building, in the basement used to be a prison cell, and this was because of back in the day when if a crime was committed, then the embassy was the one who was to punish the nationals. So if any of the Portuguese got themselves in trouble, it was the embassy that had to deal with them and put them in prison. So in the basement of that place was a former prison. So I was just reading also that the doors on the embassy were actually the original doors from the Portuguese embassy that was actually in Ayutthaya. So when the fall of Ayutthaya, they took the doors of the embassy, shipped them downstream, and they're on the embassy today. It's sad I can't get in there to see it. This remarkable artwork here, this installation is called Scratching the Surface, and I'm going to explain it in greater detail in a future video, and one of the videos that's coming up is called Bangrak Art and Design. And then it's just down the road a little bit further is the River City, which is also home of a lot of art galleries. And this is actually coincidentally on the fence of the Portuguese Embassy, and it's guarded by all of these interesting looking statues. Now this is on a famous road which is called Captain's Bush Road. So I'm going to explain Captain Bush in just a moment. So right near the Portuguese Embassy is the fabulous Warehouse 30, and I'm going to be exploring Warehouse 30 in greater detail when I do a future video which is dedicated to art and design in the Bangkok area.